Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Big Red Leads. I am Big Red, getting you and your business back to the black. Today is one of those days where when when good things come, they usually come in waves. You see the waves behind me, right? When bad things come, they usually come in waves. See the waves behind me, right? When that pattern of the waves is broken, what dynamic of change or transformation has occurred for you in your life, in your business, in your job, in your career, in your relationships, in your money, in your finance? What has changed? Understand, a wave is a part of something that is bigger, obviously. The ocean is still the ocean. The waves are still the ocean. The waves are a part of the ocean. What has changed if you are the ocean? For you, in the waves of good, bad, indifferent, painful, joyous moments in your life, what has changed? And the key to that question, also, one caveat, you can't say anything outside of yourself. I'll wait. I will wait. What has changed that has changed the dynamic in your money? What has changed when it comes to the dynamic of your finances? What has changed in the dynamic of your relationship? What has changed at your job? What has changed, or what moment has changed and influenced something that has changed within your dynamic and the way that you effort and attitude and persistence and resilience? What has changed you to cause your waves to change form? You're the ocean. The waves are a part of you. So nothing outside of you has affected it. You are as big as the ocean. You wonder why you're not getting a raise. You wonder why you've been demoted. You wonder why you've been fired. You wonder why you've been let go. You wonder why your clientele base isn't paying. You question the intentions of your partner in your intimate relationship. You question the social backing and the structure of your friendships. You question your parents and you question your aunts and uncles and your grandparents, the dynamic of how they raised you and what went on with all this. But the one thing that you're not doing is looking at yourself. Everything has a ripple effect. If you have a pissy attitude, or if you are pushing your ego to the forefront of your being, you are doing everything and anything to cause your own self destruction. So, with that being said, if I am drinking on a daily basis alcohol and I'm poisoning myself with alcohol, and then behind that, my nutrition level is shit, and then behind that, I'm not willing to be accountable for the things that I do and I don't do, where in the entire fuck do you get the audacity and the entitlement to put it on someone else when things change and the waves of change are affecting how you get down and the bottom line of your business, your career, your job, your relationships, your money, your finance, and as well as the relationships that you've cultivated in business or at your job. Do you think that none of these things have a real effect on what's going on with the dynamic of all these relationships? Because they're all relationships. Your relationship to money, your relationship to relationship, your relationship to who you are as a person and an individual. No one is giving you a leg up unless you put yourself in position to get a leg up, to get an advantage. Most athletes want the best and most competitive advantage to a win, to a victory. So they will do whatever it takes, damn near, to ensure that the work that they put in will provide them a win. So what makes you think that because your typing skills are here, but your communication skills are here, what makes you think that you're entitled to a promotion at your job when your attitude is shit? What makes you think that you are entitled to a loving and compassionate partner when you are abusive, verbally abusive, and have insecurities within yourself that you have not resolved or not even looked at? Who told you you get the perfect wife or perfect husband that is perfect for you? Not perfect in the sense they're perfect in every single way, but perfect for you when you ain't done the work. The tide changes. It's not the same as it is at night as it is during the day. That comes with the territory of being the ocean. And if we want to break down the signs, we can break down the signs. Yes, the moon has an effect. The lunar side of this has an effect. The moon and the sun affect the ocean. That's the only thing outside of that affects the ocean. Currents, whether or not we get rain, clouds, all that. But what it comes down to is the ocean is itself, in itself, a conglomerate. It is an entity that is on its own and does not need anyone to correct it but itself. That's with time and work. That's what we call it an ecosystem. Everything in the ecosystem does its job. If one thing falls off, it has an effect on everything else. So if you're running around here with insecurities, you think that that's not a problem? If you're running around here with doubt in your system, you think that's not a problem? If you're running around here with your head this big because your ego is telling you that you're doing everything right and this person's wrong, they don't know what they're talking about, they don't know what the hell they're doing, you think that that does not have an effect on what goes on in your day-to-day life. And within a snap of a finger, things can't change for you dramatically. This is several years ago. A good friend of mine, I'll say this, we've talked about it. He's become a client and he's turned his life around. His ego was so big that he thought he was above reproach when it came to his job. Mind you, he was in IT. His attitude was so pissy that he damn near got blackballed from the industry. Mind you, he was making over $200,000 a year. He ended up going from being engaged to be married to homeless within a 3-month period. Because everything he thought he was doing was on the up and up, it was correct, and people were going to function in a way and be at his behest because he was this quote unquote almost a god and rock star in his field. Not humbling himself and simply saying, hey, there's some things I need to work on. He made poor choices in investments because he thought that because of who he was or what his job title was, that he thought he was doing the right thing. His fiance ended up becoming addicted to painkillers because she couldn't deal with the emotional baggage, and she got accustomed to living a lifestyle with him because he chose to tell her that she couldn't continue her education, which that's a whole nother conversation on itself. Then he got fired. What do you think happened? Fiance gone. She's in a rehab center. She's out now. I mean, this is some years ago. She's out now. She left him. He essentially, like I said, he essentially got blackballed from the industry. He had no one to turn to but people who call themselves friends. And I'm one of them. There's three others of us. There's a group of us who looked out. And when he come talking to us, almost talking down to us, when we're trying to help him, we had to have an autocorrect, a reboot, if you will. The conversation was had men to men. If you think for 1 second that you are above being corrected, that's a whole nother conversation. That's another video. That's a whole nother video. What I'm simply saying is understand that nothing is going to affect you but you. And if you're doing the work to put in place the guardrails that will keep you from swaying off this way, or falling off this way, and not understanding that you have to do this inner work, not for others, but for you. Because if you do not do this and you continue down a path and people are giving you everything that you quote unquote desire, there's going to be some payback and some retribution that's going to end up taking place that you are not ready for and you are not equipped to handle. I'm not sitting up here telling people that, this is easy. I mean, my friend, he even contemplated suicide. And today, with everything going on with mental health, I believe that mental health is, like awareness of it is a real thing, and it needs to be corrected, and the proper help and the people need to be contacted and reached out to who need that. But we're talking about ego, arrogance, and the ability to not see the forest for the trees. What's going on around you that you're so blinded to the fact that everything starts and ends with you? Not in an egomaniac or egotistical way, but everything starts and begins with you. How are you treating the people that work with you? How are you treating the people that work for you? How are you treating the people in your life who gave you life? I don't know. I hope this message helps today. I know it will touch somebody. But simply putting in the work, we've changed lives out here. You putting in the work will change your life. Put in the work today. No one has done it by themselves. But the inner work needs to be done by you, for you. Love you all, my friends. Like, share, definitely subscribe to the channel. This is Big Red Leads. Peace. Talk soon.